child abuse. But, you know, black people, they discipline their children. My mom and my father, they disciplined us and we were good children. But when I looked at Unsung, I was very unhappy. And I was unhappy because, first of all, Miss Ruffin, Miss Sandra Ruffin, I don't think that she got the time that was should have been allotted to her. And things that I thought that Jenna was giving directed towards should have been directed towards you guys. Exactly. And I felt real hurt, and I feel real bad for you guys, but I just want to say this to you guys, that I know your father and your husband and your brother-in-law is not here to speak. And I think that that's you guys and his fans and the ones that's listening. And guys, please call in. I'm not David Ruffin's only fan. And I know there's a million of you all out there listening, and you all have answers. Don't be invisible. This is your time to call in and ask the Ruffin family what you all want to ask them. We have these 5 people who that we get on all these boards and get on everything, and we want to know these different things about him. Today is today.
Yeah,
and I feel like this right here. I love him for the entertainer that he is. And I feel that if a person is not able to stand up for themselves, then the people that's left behind has to stand up. And I say this to Cheryl, Nidra, Kimberly, Miss Ruffin, and Belinda. I will shut them down like the street lights that come on in the morning. They will all go off at one time. Because it don't make sense.
Yeah.
And I understand that TV One went along with the script. But when the script is not told accurately, you know, you can tell that Jenna wants to sell her book, and I'll call her out. I'll take responsibility for this. She wants to sell a book.
Yeah,
but my thing is this, and Ms. Ruffin, this is my question to you. How long were you and David married? Did this woman show up at your door to get your husband? Did this woman flaunt her relationship with your husband? Because I'm going to tell you, she's bold.
Yeah.
She is very bold, and you can see her. She could cry crocodile tears if she wants to.
Yeah.
She was a bold sister. And if David hit her, he probably had to hit her because she was bothering with his family. So now, I'll tell you, and back in that day, I'm going to tell you, a man could do anything he wanted, but one thing you better not do, you better not bother with his family. Because when you start bothering with the wife that don't know nothing about you and the children that he has, he don't want that nest disturbed. He'd be worse than an eagle, will tear you down. And that woman is nothing to be played with. Now, she wants to make money. And David Jr., you can just Facebook me if you want to. I care less. Let me tell you what you should be saying about your father. Now, my father probably weren't a lot of the things that would have been said by him, but my brother's a preacher. And when we got up there that day, my brother went up there, and this is what he said. He said, now, I'm going to tell y'all something. If y'all come up here and say anything about my dad, I don't care if he did it or not. My dad going to get some roommates. And he was not playing. You don't let nobody talk about your dad. That's your legacy. I don't care what card you're trying to get. You better play the right one, because it's going to come back to bite you in your ass.
Amen.
It's going to come to bite you in your butt. And I just want to let you all know this. Your father did try to get help. And I know because the man that was going to go get him couldn't go get him. And that's why he preached his eulogy. He called him and asked him to come and get me. Come and get me.
Right.
Please. He said, I can't come get you, David, right now because I'm going out of the country. But soon as I get back, I'm going to come and get you. He said, because...
Louis Farrakhan.
Yes, that was Minister Farrakhan.
Right.
He said, I'm going to come and I'm going to get you. And he said, David said to him, Farrakhan, they're making me do things that I don't want to do. I don't want to do drugs no more. I want to return to God. I want God to be in my life. I can't live like this no more. He said, David, I can't come and get you. But as soon as I get back, I'm going to come and get you. Let me tell you, that segment made me hot and it made me angry because Cornelia Grant said one thing. He said David had a gift should be expounded on.
That's right.
David's gift should be expounded on. This man is beyond any singer. And I'm not saying this just to say it. I'm saying it because I truly love this man as an icon.
Okay.
And I will stand on Mount Everest and shout this out. Miss Gina, I'm sorry. You need to tell the truth. Maybe you would sell some books.
I didn't know she
Junior, maybe you'll get a part if you told the truth about your father.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about a book, so that kind of helps tell the story.
Yeah, and she got a book out there, and I saw her on, I guess she was in Atlanta, and she has the book, the memoir, My Temptation, David Ruffin. And then for her to say that David Jr. can sing better than David Ruffin, has she lost her hearing?
Did she say that? When did she say that?
I tell you what, it's on YouTube. Go click it on YouTube. I saw it when it was on TV. It's
right?
on. Yes, no. This has been some years ago, but go click YouTube and put her name up there. It'll click right up. It's on there. And let me tell you, and I want to say this to you girls, y'all got to shut these people down. Cheryl, I know you said you had a book. Baby, we are waiting for that book. Miss Ruffin, I would tell my story as the queen of David Ruffin, and I'm going to just put Isaac Hayes in here from Mount Everest. I would shout it out. I don't know if you got no husband. If you do, I'm not no disrespect to you, sir, but the legacy needs to be told here.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
We're going to have a good book.
Huh.
Because I'm angry, and we need to write Unsung so they could do a real story. Because that was not the right one. They could have got Aretha Franklin and a many more people to say some good things. And Otis, I just need to say this. He's jealous. He didn't want nobody to get the name, to take the temptation. But let me say this. If Otis died today, who would know Otis other than that he managed the temptation? His voice ain't left on too many albums. And I hear all over the airways that now since Dennis and Paul Jr. has come back to start singing that people don't even want to hear his group. They're going to see his song because he's murdering all the hits. So, let me tell you, I'm telling y'all, if David Ruffin, if he was a brother, no way, he ain't got to be that to me. I'm gonna tell his story because I told my friends, don't y'all call telling me that man abused that child. He didn't abuse that boy. He probably wanted to beat. He probably chastised him.
Okay.
I said because if he can get on national TV and lie about his father, and his mom got a lot to do with it. Let me tell you something.
That's true.
Let me tell you something, baby. Don't get caught up in your mom's madness. That's your legacy. Your mom stole you, stealing your legacy. And I'm sorry. You could deface me. I don't care. Because I will shut you and your mom down like the street lights come on going down 20. They all go out at the same time. Let me tell you. Okay. And Miss Ruffin,
yes.
This your record. Mr. Washington,
yes.
Do you have this record called Blackmail?
Blackmail.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I have it.
Play that for Miss Ruffin.
We'll dig it out.
I hope that motivates you. And if you can't, I don't care if you can't type a lick. There is a software that's called the Dragon at Walmart. Whatever you type, it'll type it. Tell your story from the highest mountain because people want to hear me and the million more that I'm calling y'all out today.
Well, let's take all the calls.
For those forward.
Martha, we appreciate you calling in, and stay tuned.
Yes, sir, I will. But please play Blackmail.
We'll get it on.
Martha, thank you. I love you, Martha.
Thank you,
I
Martha.
love y'all.
Thank you, Martha.
Yes.
Okay, Martha, be good. And keep it alive. Let's take our next caller.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, yes. Hi.
Yes, who do we have here?
Louise.
Louise, where are you calling from?
New York City.
Okay.
Yes, I'm listening to the broadcast now. I just had one question. I'd like to ask the daughters of David Ruffin, did he ever walk them to school or read to them as children?
He read to us, but we was driven to school.
I'm sorry?
We was driven to school, but he would read and sing to us.
Oh, did he drive you to school?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on occasion.
Oh, okay. All right. And I just had one other question regarding the woman who had called, Miss Muhammad.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, is it really true that David Ruffin was reaching out to Louis Farrakhan?
Absolutely.
I mean, I've read that.
Yes,
but
that's true.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
My name is Nidra. I'm his middle daughter.
Yes.
And Louis Farrakhan, he did speak for like an hour in my dad's service.
Oh, okay.
And my father did privately contact Louis Farrakhan.
Oh,
and
okay.
he did tell he had a talk with Louis Farrakhan.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted out of whatever contract he was in. Because they were doing things that they wasn't supposed to be doing. And he just wanted to turn his life around.
Oh, okay.
And Louis Farrakhan told him he would help him, and when he got back to the country, he'd come get him.
Wow.
And
Okay.
by then, that was when my father's death came about.
Louise?
Yes.
Can you turn your radio down?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm trying. Sorry. Yes. Okay. Well, yeah, I just wanted to say that David Ruffin is one of my favorite artists. I have all of his music. I listen to him all the time, and it's really wonderful to hear the family speak. I watched the Unsung show, and I was very disappointed in the content. I don't think it accurately portrayed Mr. Ruffin. I don't know him, but I also don't get the sense that he was as bad as people want to make him appear.
That's right.
So I just want to say thank you to the Ruffin family for giving me, this viewer, and listener, an opportunity to hear your story.
Okay, thank you, Louise.
Okay? All right. Thank you very much, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Let's do one of the early hits from 1961 or 1962. It's called Knock You Out. Minutes to talk, and then we're going to go to the second half of the 20 grand review. You know, let me clear up something about how some of the record companies would do. They would, first of all, when you have a strong group like the Temptations, record companies do not want the group to be too strong among themselves because they can kind of overpower the record company. Then they always want they like turmoil to be in a group. That way, the group is not strong against the record company. Secondly, if you have an artist that is involved with drugs, they have no problem. A lot of the record companies had no problem paying an artist partially in drugs and the rest in cash.
Right.
And I understand that's one of the things that was happening in David's life. And that was to keep, they want to keep you hooked. You know, as long as you're hooked, they got the power of you. And that's one of the things he wanted out of. Yeah, and he did get a hold of Dr. Farrakhan. But by the time Dr. Farrakhan came back in the country and tried that number back, it had been disconnected. And he never got a chance to really get to David's help and then help him out of that. And who knows, if he'd have got to him, you know, maybe we wouldn't be sitting here doing what we're doing right now. Yeah, he had passed by the time he came back, right? So who knows what would have happened if he could have got to David's side and helped him in that situation. It's I mean, he's such a great artist, such a great voice. Gave you all he had when he hit the stage. And there's one thing I want to say to the Ruffin family. No matter what is said about David Ruffin today or 3 weeks ago, his legacy is cemented. We can't take that away. It's legendary, you know. And you have a reason to be proud of your father. I always say this to people, that artists only owe the public the entertainment life, entertainment side. Their private life, that's the private life, you know. Yeah, and sometimes people get caught up in not understanding that.
Right. Some people think bad news sells, and sometimes they make the bad news better than what it is.
That's right. Folks, we're going to wind down this hour, and we'll be back very shortly with the second half of the 20 grand review.